Hi, my name's Bannister. Well, at least my friends and family. In the FPV Racing community, I'm known as Ban UK, and here is a recap of my 2016 season with Xblades Racing.
Speaking like a real freak, voice in my head, in my bed, filled with you instead. Taking your time, work my mind, and I'll play with you. And play pretend it's all true. Follow me down, listen round to that deep dark sound. Don't doubt me, babe, you make me wanna change. Break my bed to make me wanna stay. I can't. But when you say it like that, let me say it like that, got me falling right back.
So, a drone, to use its technical name, is an unmanned aerial vehicle, or UAV. We call them quadcopters, or quads for short, in drone racing, and this is an example of a schematic of sort of all the parts that go together to form an FPV racing drone. So if you look on this platform, I have one fully built drone. Change. There we go. But anyway, to go through some of the parts, inside the drone, there's a flight controller. This is the central hub which controls everything. All the signals go from this and is sent out. And moving out from the flight controller, which interprets signals and stabilizes the drone, we go to the ESCs, which are electronic speed controllers. These control the motors and interpret the signals from the flight controller and spin the motors. And we also have a little FPV camera on here, which is essentially a repurposed security camera, which was repurposed to be used on drones. And then a video transmitter which transmits the video, and this is a diagram of sort of how you'd wire a quadcopter, but you guys don't need to know this. So essentially, we control these drones with a transmitter like this. It looks insanely complicated with all these switches, but really we only use these two gimbals, we call them, and one switch to arm the quadcopter to start the blade spinning. So essentially, you have up and down, forward and backwards, left and right, and then this is the yaw control, which spins like that. So the little camera on the front, as I said before, is a repurposed security camera. And we use these goggles, which sort of makes it look like you're looking at like a widescreen TV in a dark room, essentially, and we fly through those, and we're seeing progressions from using old analog video, which is susceptible to interference, multipathing, where signals bounce off and cause interference, things like that, moving towards a more digital era where we're moving into high-definition systems. At the moment, they do fit on drones, but they're a bit bulky, so some people choose not to use them, some people use them. And they're in 720, 60 FPS, which doesn't have any lag and is really clear when you fly through it. So I'm going to demo one of my micro drones right now, which is this little guy, and I'll sort of show you what it's about. 1 second.
Welcome to Free Sky Tyrannus. Switch warning.
Right, so these are the goggles right here. Hang on, should I clip on? So these are the goggles we use right here, and I'm wired up because this will show you exactly what I'm seeing. So that's exactly what's being seen through the little micro drone, and I'll just have a quick fly around of it. So as you can see, you can go around, go up in the roof, have a look around. So as you see, there's lots of little flickers. That's a typical thing of analog video where you have lots of bit of breakup from signal bouncing and things like that. There we go. That down. Cheers. Ooh. Just power it all down. So this is a picture of when I first started doing remote control planes and things like that. It's my very first plane I built when I was 11 years old with help from the local flying club. And it's really just progressed from there. We started flying line of sights where you just stand there and watch the plane, and then sort of rumors of this new first-person view system was around, and I got one after saving money up and help from my parents, and put it on my first plane, and then moved on to drones, and it's just gone on from there. So you may ask, what do I love about this? Firstly, when you're racing at high speeds, sometimes up to 70 miles per hour around a course, low, fast, through hoops, maybe this wide, it's a massive adrenaline rush. Everything's rushing past you. When you see another drone overtake you, you're constantly pushing, constantly trying to speed up. And also the aspect of freestyle. For example, this was just after we'd flown around Wembley Stadium for a thing for EE. And that was amazing fun. And at the end, we managed to get a session to just fly around the stadium and freestyle and go do close proximity and things like that. So here's a video of some of the spots I've flown in different locations and freestyle in general. Technology around drone racing and drones is absolutely fascinating. Right now, we're still sort of using old tech, although there have been leaps in flight performance with new firmwares and high performance flight control boards. And in the future, I'm really excited to see where this is going because it's all developing at an insane rate. So this is a very cool drone. This is the Xblades drag racer, which was specifically developed to be the fastest thing out there. It's about as fast as the Bugatti and probably carries about the same amount of luggage. And it's incredible to watch. 1 minute it's there, 1 minute it's not. And I'm pretty sure it's faster. So over a quarter mile when we tested it. So we're going to start seeing VR being used to view drone racing, especially in the spectator standpoint. Because right now it's just like looking at a screen of goggles. But in the future, with camera developments, we will be able to see VR headset where people can physically look around when they're on board with the pilot and see another drone pass them and see all the live stats and everything like that. So this is a picture of me with my team after we just run a team race in Spain. That was an incredible experience. We all had a lot of fun, and I just love meeting new people and just having fun with my team at races. So I've raced in some amazing locations, from Paris, Los Angeles, things like that, and been on some amazing courses. Here's some examples. I've also won some events. So that was in Dubai. I took second here in Paris, and that was another event. That was in Los Angeles. And I've raced on top of a mountain, which is pretty cool. This was an event called DCL. And it's pretty amazing because if you hit a gate, you fall off the edge of a cliff. So you can't get your drone back when you crash it. And this was another great event. There was 150,000 spectators watching this event. This is in the middle of Paris on the Champs-Élysées. They shut down the whole thing just for drone racing, which was an incredible thing for the sport. And this was the World Drone Prix in Dubai, which was an amazing light course. Move on from that. In the future, I think we're going to see drone racing coming to even more famous locations, because with the traction it's getting, it can go anywhere. A drone race course can pop up absolutely anywhere, which is the main thing. And courses such as abandoned roller coasters with laser lights and things like that we'll start to see. Now this was another cool thing. At Farnborough Air Show, I was able to go on stage with an F-35 pilot, someone from the Red Arrows, and an astronaut. And it was awesome to be able to discuss our different flight disciplines, even though I'm actually in the drone. So I couldn't have got here without the help from my team, Xblades Racing, my sponsors, and my mum, who've given me the financial support and things like that, and support to be able to get where I am and do the things I'm doing, and especially my school, who've let me out during term time to go race these events and things like that, which has been awesome. So drone racing already is on some big sport channels. It's on Eurosport, it's on Sky Sports, on ESPN. And in the future, it's going to be on more and more channels, and through social media, we're going to be able to share the experience with the wider public. And already some videos have gone pretty viral on the internet from drone racing, and it's only going to get bigger. So I think we're going to start seeing maybe 360 cameras with 4K, which means that the spectator can be very interactive. I mean, right, this picture's of a HD system that's strapped onto our drones at a race. And that was a fun race as well. And sort of an augmented reality, so the spectator can see when they're watching exactly where that particular pilot is on the track, exactly which position they're in, how they're doing, how fast they're going, and things like that, as you can see. And that's just going to make the spectator experience more and more, enveloping them in what we're doing. Drone racing has just exploded over the last year, and loads of leagues have popped up all over the place, and they're all trying to improve the sport and make it better. So I really look forward to over the next year there being better codification and more regular events with more warning before events. Drones can also be used for things other than racing. For example, conservation, delivering parcels, medical care, and surveying buildings and things like that. And there already been plans to get them into even more places. The most important thing about drone racing for me is the grassroots. We all came from the grassroots. We all started there, and being able to travel and meet these people you've talked to over the internet and things like that, and instantly be good friends with them because we have a common interest, is just amazing. This is in Dubai, which is was the first big event I went to, and that sort of put drone racing on a bigger scale. It's from Korea. And anyone of all ages can do it. For example, this is me with Adam, who's 8 years old, and he did really well at that event as well. So anyone can do it, all ages. As long as you have the dexterity to use the drone, then you can do it. And I just want to say a big thanks to Wired for having me here, and you guys for listening to this. But before I finish, I want to try one thing. So if the second row could make sure there's nothing underneath the chairs.
If you've got bags on the second row under your chairs, can you please put them on your lap and lift your legs up and just be aware.
Welcome to Free Sky Tyrannus. Stratum 1.
All right, let's give it a go.
Can we have another huge round of applause?